Welcome back to the Continental, everybody. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different video for you guys. Today we're going to have a special guest star. I'll go ahead and bring him out here. Come out here, buddy.
Hi, I'm Lars.
Always behind the camera, always making these videos happen. But now we wanted to go ahead and bring him out because we have a new type of video that we're going to go ahead and try out. Hopefully it'll become a series, but it's basically we're going to be doing discussionary topics, with Lars and I, and hopefully with you guys, if you guys, go ahead and put your thoughts in the comments. So what we wanted to talk about today is we wanted to talk about what is a rifle, what a rifle means to us. Before we get the video started, we're going to go ahead and do comments of the week. It's going to be Kieran Pat. You said, let's go. First comment, got him. So congratulations, Kieran Pat. Everyone, round of applause. We have Prepared Pathfinder. British gentleman with a lot of things to say, a lot of good advice, and we sincerely appreciate that here at the Continental. You definitely clear some things up for us, and just want to say thank you. So, Prepared Pathfinder. I sent you a comment back. We actually watch your videos too, so that was really cool to see someone that we watch comment back on our videos. So that was great. Hopefully you get to see this. And lastly, Texas Surplus Pro. You said LBE is GOAT. Great production value on your video. Thank you, Texas Surplus Pro. We really appreciate you. And we're gonna go ahead and give our 2 cents and then just go ahead and kick off the discussion and then just bounce back and forth. And then we were hoping that you guys will go ahead and join in on the conversation and let us know what a rifle means to you guys. Lars, did you want to go ahead and start us off?
Yeah, so as you can see, we kind of have 2 different styled rifles, and I feel like the more you kind of build up your rifle, if it's your first rifle especially, it's important to know what you're looking for out of a rifle. And I think for me, it becomes like essentially a shield. I want something that could be easy-ish to traverse with, easy enough to like be my home defense, be the shield that I need for my family, for myself if necessary. We have fun, love having fun with guns, love tricking them out, doing whatever we want with them, spray painting them however we like. But it's supposed to be like essentially your lifeline. So this for me is like my door gets kicked down or my window gets snuck into. This is the extra layer of protection.
I myself am coming from like a similar kind of perspective. My rifle is freedom, at least for me. In my mind, how I keep my family safe. That's why it's not enough for me to just have my rifle. I train with it because one day in the event that I would ever need to rely on it, it's just going to be me, my rifle, and protecting my family. Growing up, being in school, learning about like the American Revolution and why our founding fathers fought the war that they did and made the sacrifices that they did, a lot of that really resonates with me. At least for me, not for everybody. It's more than just a rifle. For me, this is a lifestyle. Like the Mandalorian said, like weapons are a part of my religion. For me, this rifle is a part of my entire belief system as a person, which is ultimately being able to stand for what you believe in and most importantly, protect your loved ones, your family members. And that's like the most important thing to me. I know some people, for them, it's just like a sporting rifle, something to have fun with on the weekends. There's not really a philosophy behind it. I don't knock the guys that believe that, but I do think, in my opinion, that the rifle goes a lot deeper than that.
And whether you love rifles, whether or not you love shooting, I imagine you do if you're here right now, in some capacity, welcome. Really, there should be a philosophy. All of your major decisions and your major morals and everything you stand by should have a sound reason to it. Yeah. Like whether it's a simple thing or not, when you start stripping these away from people and you start telling people that they can't have them because some people dislike them and it's just an inanimate object, you start taking away like people's way of life. You start stripping America of like certain values that it was raised on.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like people that really don't see that, or especially individuals that don't see like the value or the importance of why, like as Americans, why we feel so strongly about our firearms, forgot our past and how our country was founded and like those ideas on where our country was founded. For me, it goes back even further than just the United States. Warrior philosophy has been a thing for, well, I can say more than centuries. It's been a thing for thousands of years. The connection between a warrior and his weapon, the connection between, like for instance, like a warrior and his sword, or like a Spartan with his shield. There's a reason why civilizations that have come before us have had such a profound significance placed upon warriors and their weapons of choice. I would say almost a responsibility.
Yeah.
Like a mantle that you're upholding when you carry one of these. And it doesn't always have to be like that. I mean, there's training and there's like fun times. But ultimately, if you pick one of these up for whatever you guys' beliefs are, you are holding some sort of responsibility or mantle.
If nobody passes it on, and if nobody shares why we value it so high,
Yeah.
then it loses its meaning, and then we do start to like disassociate ourselves from what the foundations really were.
It goes deeper than just you can't have this and you can't have this. I mean, even on social media, a lot of gun content is restricted online, and that's come out in the courts. I mean, there's a lot of evidence for that. Whether you guys do or do not believe it, there's a lot of evidence for like restrictions and censorship on that side. And ultimately, what they're trying to do is not just fight it legally, they're trying to fight it culturally. In my perspective, I feel like a lot of people have just lost a lot of the values that our country was founded on. You know, they're like, oh, why do we have to do this? Or why do we believe this? Or why did our ancestors used to have these values, but they don't translate well into the modern world? And they had problems that we didn't even have to deal with, even as far as like 50 years ago. And I know it's still happening now, I'm not knocking it. And as 50 to 100 years ago, you know, with World War I and II, and then you got Korea, Vietnam, and like there's been a lot of wars that have been fought. People and men had to basically fight for what they believed in, or in some cases, they just simply had to fight for survival. That is essentially what a rifle is. We have the right to defend ourselves. We have the right to freedom. And I know those are very like American ideals, but for me, those are human ideals. Every individual has the right to defend themselves and their family and defend what they believe.
Yeah, and I think it becomes a hard thing too when you talk about, I think everyone knows what state we're in. I feel like it's no secret at this point. Maryland's
Florida.
tough.
Yeah.
But it does become hard for some people in certain states being on like a pretty tight leash.
I don't know what analogy to use, but they just play like kickball with our rights, dude. They just be like, whoops, sorry, infringed on your constitutional rights for 20 years, my bad, and nothing would happen. And that's like the end of it, and we're just like in this perpetual cycle.
Yeah.
Because if you look at examples like Canada, and especially the UK, no offense to my British viewers out there, but you guys got a TV license, so dude, pretty soon you're gonna have to register your sporks. But no, I really feel for you guys. I know those of you that are, you know, freedom loving, I'm not gonna say Americans, although you are welcome, but you know, just freedom loving individuals, that must be really hard. And I know, like, you know, it's all jokes at the end of the day, but I do feel for you guys, my you know, European brothers and sisters out there that, you know, really do believe in these rights and values and fundamentals. You guys are unfortunately a great example of what happens when government overreach just stomples on all your rights, and you know, it goes from guns. And I know in the UK you can own a gun under extremely specific, hard to get circumstances, but for the general population, it's damn near impossible. I mean, it's even absurd if you're just carrying around a knife. And I know you guys got different problems than us. That's an example of what happens to society, in my opinion, when they lose sight of what exactly these mean.
I feel like that's been a lot more vocalized on YouTube for the past couple of years, which is why videos like this I feel like are important, because as prepared citizens, it's you should know why you're a prepared citizen, and I think your tools are an extension of that. Tools, your rights, essentially the rifle is an extension of that belief.
Yeah, kind of like a branch off point from that is like, there are some examples on YouTube. It's really just a lot of special operations guys, huge respect for them, but there are certain members within the community that are veterans, and respect to them, but they don't believe that normal civilians or citizens should have access to like the things that they operated with or they use when they're in the service. I completely disagree with that.
Well, even look into our own country. You talk about like the Civil War. You had poor farmers who were fighting for the rights to abolish slavery, which is, like I said before, the states were meant to like operate on their own and have separate laws. We talk about certain fundamental rights of human beings, being human beings, like in and that alone. States are willing to separate for it. I look at cases like West Virginia and Virginia, right? You had people who were willing to put their belief system so high above their own country, because, I mean, in reality, America is here to keep our rights for us and keep our freedoms for us.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be us propping up the government. The government's supposed to be keeping that in check.
The government's supposed to serve us.
Yeah.
Like they're all public servants.
Yeah. I think a lot of people forget when you talk about like politicians, specifically like congressmen vice president, president, every cabinet member, you're a public servant, which is an amazing duty. I mean, I wish I could serve my community to that extent, because it's amazing, but you have a duty to the citizens to uphold their rights, not for them to uphold your reputation.
Yeah, you're supposed to uphold their rights, not constantly just having the general populace just beg you to not take away their rights constantly.
Maryland.
I'm sorry for my Maryland homies. Well, you know what's weird to me? A state like Washington, that they banned the sale of like AR-15s, but you can still get suppressors. As far as I understand. Don't kill me for it. Ultimately, those are our thoughts of what a rifle means to us. We both agree pretty well on what our individual philosophies on what a rifle means to us are. I know not everybody does, so we're hoping that you guys will fill in the blanks of like kind of what we missed out. Some people, this is like their lifeline. There's a whole warrior philosophy behind it. Some people, it's just a sporting rifle. And if that's all they want it for, that's all they want it for. Other people, this is just another tool. You know, everybody has their own different perspective. It's like is it a 6 or is it a 9? It depends on where you're standing. We're hoping that you guys will have your own conversations in the comments. Tell us what you guys think. Let us know if we missed anything, or if you guys even like this kind of video. I had a great time having these discussions, and we hope to have a lot more discussions. If you guys have any ideas or maybe any discussionary philosophical questions that you guys have, I'm sure we'd love to have those conversations. We do have a few, in the chamber, in the pipe. So anything you wanted to ask Lars?
Yeah, we love to hear what you guys think. That's a great thing about having personal philosophies, is that everyone's can be similar but slightly different, or just completely different. So
yeah,
love to hear from you guys.
You're entitled to be wrong. That's the amazing part about this country.
That's why America's so great.
That's why America's #1, dude.
You don't comment something on social media and get arrested for it. So you can disagree with us.
Yeah, sorry, British bros. I put a poll for everybody to go ahead and vote for how they wanted the channel's direction to go. So the outstanding majority of you voted for more serious philosophical videos. So we want to go ahead and give you guys what you've been asking for. I really appreciate everyone who participated and voted in the poll. It really helps a lot with the channel and getting some feedback on kind of where your guys' headspace is at and what you guys are interested in doing. But that's the whole video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know what you think. We're going to be coming back at it again with a few more discussionary and normal videos, of course. And we hope you guys have a great day. This is
Lars
and Mr. Continental, I suppose. And I hope you guys have a great day. Take care. Bye.